Good afternoon, guys, girls. Rob here, and we have AFC, NFC. Actually, we have NFC, AFC playoff action. First game today will be 3:05 p.m. Kickoff about 3:08. Tampa Bay will be going to Green Bay. Let's look at Green Bay's weather today. Green Bay weather has a lot to do with it, too. Green Bay, Wisconsin, current weather. 29 degrees. It's not supposed to snow. Okay. All right. So, by the time the game's over with, it'll be about 24, 23 degrees. Nothing major. Tom's played through it before. Tom has played through this many times in New England. This field is not as nice as New England's field. It's more of a scruff field, kind of like Philadelphia's field. They cut it real low to the ground. It's almost dirt. But I think it's better traction on this field than it is sometimes even at New England, because New England, when it gets cold, the grass gets kind of wet. So 3:05 kickoff. If we're going all the way across the board with things, let's start with quarterbacks. Brady and Rodgers. You got to give Rodgers the edge this year just due to the fact he's the MVP probably. He didn't throw. He didn't throw a pick in the last 12 games, something like that, 11 games or something. He has played pretty well. I wouldn't give it even. It's edge Rodgers there. Offensive lines, I would call that even. I'll call that one an even shot. That's not too much difference there. Tampa's offensive line is much better than last year. Green Bay's had a couple injuries in the last few weeks. Pretty even. Running game, definitely Tampa. Tampa has the edge big time. What's up, Coop? Tampa has the edge big time in running. Don't forget, they had two guys that nearly ran for 100 yards each last week. And let's not pump. Just want to make sure it's running right. There we go. So the running game is working for Tampa. Passing game, I'm going to actually give that advantage to Tampa. Green Bay only has one or two receivers, but he spreads the ball all over the field. We know that. Tom can do it too. Offensive-wise, I give the advantage to Tampa. I think Tampa has the better offense. Now let's switch over to the defensive sides of the ball. Defensive lines, neither team has really been getting to the other team's quarterback very much. And that's not a good thing for Tampa, because you got to rush. You got to be in Aaron Rodgers' face that he can make it a long day for you. So that's not a great thing. Their linebackers, definitely Tampa's edge. Tampa has a better defensive line. Linebackers. Defensive backs, I might give that edge a little bit to Green Bay. So who would I give a defensive edge to? A little bit probably to Green Bay, just because the defensive backs can cover a little bit better than Tampa's. This is where it comes in real wild. Special teams. Green Bay has had about 12 special team faux pas during the year. They cannot afford that today. If they allow Tampa guy to run back a punt, a kickoff, or something like that, that could be devastating to this team. Don't forget, Tom Brady has played behind a lot in his career, but Aaron Rodgers is not very good at it. Aaron Rodgers, if he's down 10 points, has never won a playoff game. Think about that. If he's been down 10 points in a playoff game, he's never won it. He's always lost it. So, and that's got to be the biggest. Good afternoon. Watching Blackhawks and Red Wings. Lead up to the football. May go grocery shopping during the NFC. During the game. Oh, so Tribe fan wants to watch the AFC game more than he wants to watch the NFC game. I got you. I actually want to watch that NFC game more, I think. But Tampa kind of had an option. They could have played the night game if they wanted to, but they had been forced to play 2 playoff games in night, and they declined. Is the way I understand this, what happened. Because they had Tom Brady Saturday night with a Washington football team, and then last week they had him on a night game as well. So my understanding is the teams can decline if they don't want to play 3 straight night games. So what's up? What's up, Keith? Yeah, Coop, if you are a Green Bay fan, that's got to be your biggest fear today. Their rush defense. Look, Tom Brady will beat you handing the football off as well as throwing it. He doesn't mind it. This is what I think will happen today. Do I think either quarterback throws for 300 yards? Yes. Do I think either quarterback will throw for 400 yards? Close. I think Brady's not going to throw for near that much. I think Brady maybe 250 in the 250 range, but I think they're going to run the football. And I think they're going to run it down their throat. And I'm predicting a special teams touchdown by Tampa. Brady goes down today. Packers, Bills over the Chiefs in overtime, being predicted in this game. Oh, okay, Harris. I like Tampa in this game. Tampa can run a football, and Green Bay is smaller on the defensive line and linebackers. They almost have their linebackers almost defensive backs. If they're able to run it down their throat with Ronald Jones and the other running backs they got, and they even got LaShawn McCoy. He's active today. They've got 3 or 4 guys that they can just keep pedaling in there. That's my fear for Green Bay. I think if they're able to do it, Tampa is going to try to run it down their throat. Don't be surprised if they run the ball 45 times today. I'm serious. They could run the ball 45 times today, and that would leave Brady to maybe throw it 22, 23 times at most, and maybe throw for 175, 200 yards. I think they win. The one major problem Green Bay has is with the winds, 15, 18 miles an hour. No snow forecasted. But if the winds are blowing and Green Bay cannot run the football, he's got to put that ball in the air, and you just don't know. Most likely to least likely Super Bowl matchup from 1 to 4. My most likely scenario now, I think least likely are the 2 home teams today. I don't think both home teams win. I do not think so. Green Bay and Kansas City, one of them goes down today, and I'm not sure both of them don't. So my most likely is the 2 road teams today. I'm going to say Tampa and Buffalo. Buffalo looks tough. My second most likely would be Green Bay and Buffalo. My third would be Tampa and Kansas City. And then my least likely is Green Bay and Kansas City. One of those 2 road teams wins today. You watch and see. I really like Buffalo. I really like Buffalo in this game today. If you've ever experienced a concussion, you know what I'm talking about. That is some stuff, man. That is some scary shit. And I've had them. And that I don't care. Days later, you still having that. Sometimes you have it ringing in your ears. And it can happen that way. Just think you could end up with Brady versus Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Who would have thunk that? Yeah, it would be some stuff. It wouldn't that be? I'm telling you. That's the one I'm hoping for. Yeah, I would love to see Tampa and Buffalo. Uh, yeah. And the thing of it is, if you've got ringing in your ears, okay, when people are talking to you, it's almost like they're 100 miles away talking to you, or on a microphone talking to you that you can't hear very well. It's almost that you block it out. I really fear for Mahomes today. He's a good kid. I do not want to see him getting hurt. But you know, it's just not a good thing. He's going to play. He's going to play. But I'm just like, man, oh man. I mean, you saw how, and the thing of it is, when they came out Tuesday, they said he didn't have a concussion. Did you guys hear this? It was a pinched nerve in his neck, is what they originally came out and said. Eventually, the doctor came out Thursday, and he corrected that shit. But somebody from Kansas City said, no, it was a pinched nerve in his neck. If you noticed the way he had his neck pinched, look, did anybody see him getting up? He had no freaking idea what his name, what his birthday, or what town he was in. He couldn't tell you nothing. He was scrambled eggs, brother. And don't tell me for a second that's a pinched nerve in your neck. Pinched nerve in your neck makes it hard for you to move your neck and stuff. He got up pretty quick when he could get up. Yeah. He was 3 weeks ago after that hit. But Harris, this hit we talking about now was last week. And we talking about last week's hit. So, I mean, we're just talking about last Sunday's hit, the one that he went straight down in his head. And I don't think, I thought originally it was the way he wrapped him up, but no, it was definitely his head hitting the ground. Ground don't give. Ground don't give. Oh, it's sending back in time. I understand now. I see what you're saying. And let me tell you something else. Let me tell you something. If you watched the game last week, okay, he was not pointing to his toe. He was pointing to the inside. And this is the inside of my foot. This part right here. More. So kind of like the instep of his toe. If you've ever had a stone bruise, have you ever had a stone bruise in your life, and every time you just barely put weight on it, it hurts like hell? And that is something you can put in water. I don't care what you do for a few days, but if you keep going back out there practicing, it's not going to help it. Has anybody ever had a stone bruise? It almost feels like something's in your foot, but it has to just work its way out. It's like a kink in your foot. And a lot of times it gets all purple and stuff. I mean, it gets bad. And I've had it because I played baseball when I had them. And it hurts. It hurts. I actually had to go to a size bigger shoe in school. I was wearing a size 10.5 on my left and a size 12 on my right, and had to wrap it up with like socks and stuff and softness just so I could walk on it. That's how bad it was. And he's going to be playing quarterback. So I'm telling you, if you saw him play last week, go back and watch the film. When he went back and he put weight on that, it was his right foot too. A lot of times he was throwing the ball to the right or too high. And it's understandable. You just cannot put weight on it. It's hard to do. So don't take just that you go try that pizza later today. That's cool, man. That is cool. We'll have to get it. We'll have to get it. Keith sent me a note earlier. He asked me that I tried this pizza yet. I guess he sent me an email. All right. I said, nope, I have not. Here we go. Right here. Donato's. The Whole Works is what that one's called. Yeah, Donato's. So we'll have to try that pizza if we've got them around here. Edge to edge toppings. We'll try it. But, so first game, look, I've said straight up, Brady against Rodgers, I give Rodgers an edge. He's more capable of escape. He has a stronger arm, and he's younger. I mean, he's 6 years younger. He has that advantage, no doubt about it. Offensive lines, I'm going to call them even. Homemade chickpea curry for me to know. Oh, okay. Offensive lines, I'm calling that a wash. Pretty even. Running game, definitely to Tampa. Tampa has the edge in the running game. I don't think there's no doubt about that. When you've got 3 healthy guys that have rushed for 1,000 yards in their career in a season, and then last week, both of those, 2 of the main rushers almost got right around 100 yards apiece last week. If they're able to run against Green Bay's in big trouble because you're not risking putting the ball in the air with the wind blowing, number one. Number two, not only do you have to throw the ball, the other guy has to catch the ball. So it's a lot of difference from having to put the ball in the air and just hand it to somebody and let them run. Aaron Jones, I think, is better than Ronald Jones. I tell you what, Ronald Jones, man, he's a tough guy. Ronald Jones is tough. Only issue is that Sue is playing. Never mind today. He should not be allowed to play, period. Oh, and Dominican Sue. Yeah, he's played dirty in his career, no doubt about it. He's played some dirty stuff. He has. But they're going to be tough to run against. And if the thing of it is, as well as I do, Tom Brady generally sets the run up. He generally throws the ball, comes out throwing the ball 3-4 times and sets the run up. I'm not sure today they won't do just the opposite. Flip the script. Hand the ball off, hand the ball off, hand the ball off 4 or 5 times before he even thinks about putting the ball in the air. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Rich Eisen just called Arians a great coach. Rich Eisen works for the NFL, dude. He works for the NFL. The NFL network is owned by the NFL. What do you think he's going to say? Shit. Arians is a joke. Arians is a joke. Get some lacrosse on TV. Rob loves it. But passing today, we know the kid that came from Pittsburgh is out for Tampa. What's his name? A little short guy. He's not playing today. He's out. He's out for Tampa. Antonio Brown. Yeah, Antonio Brown is out. He is out today. But he's still got so many receivers around that I still think he's in pretty good shape. And Gronkowski has not had a breakout game this year. This is his chance to. Because I'll tell you why. The linebackers for Green Bay are not the biggest. They're not husky. They can't hit him. Now they are physical. I mean, they can jump and stuff and run. But he always has problems with guys that are as big as he is, 270, 280, that hit him at the line and push him around a little bit where he kind of take him off his game. He's not going to have a problem with that today. Gronkowski could have a huge game. 7, 8 catches, 100, 125 yards. Wouldn't surprise me at all. But the big key in this game is the special teams. Green Bay's had the worst special teams in the league, period. They've had runbacks against them. They've had block kicks. They've had so many missed extra points, missed field goals. They cannot afford that. They cannot afford it. Not so many missed extra points, I don't think, but they've missed some field goals. And the biggest thing is their punt game. They could be in some serious trouble if they have to punt the ball a bunch of times, especially with it being 25 degrees. That ball is going to be hard as a rock. I like Tampa. Now, how big do I like Tampa? Well, I'll say it this way. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I think both teams gets in the 30s today. Stopping Aaron Rodgers, it's easy to say, but it's so hard to do. But Tampa, I think, is capable of slowing him down. We'll see if they do it. Don't forget, Aaron Rodgers, in his career, if he was down as much as 10 points in the playoffs, he's 0 for everything. He has never won a playoff game that he was down 10 points. How does this year's Tampa Bay Buccaneers compare to last year's 49ers? They're not as good defensively. They're not as good defensively. They got a better quarterback. They're not as good defensively. They're not 49er tough. Now, 49ers to me have the best defense in the league. They can run all over everybody. The 49ers were capable of doing that. They just didn't have the offensive capabilities to hang with teams. I think it's going to be a good game. I really do. I think it's going to come down to the end. It may even come down to the last 2 minutes where Tom's got to take his team down to win. I'm going to say 37-32. High-scoring game, Tampa, 37-32. Now switch gears and go over to that AFC game. That's going to be about, 6:40 tonight. Look, like I say, even if they say he didn't have a concussion, he had a concussion. He had a head injury, and we're talking about Mahomes. That's not something you get over in 2-3 days. Have to go outside, play against the defense that's going to be running all over you. And I'm going to tell you something else. The defensive coordinator for Buffalo today should be blitzing him every down. Make him run. And if that means you got to hit him again, sadly, you got to hit him again. But I would stay on his case all day long. There's no way I would let him back up and just throw the ball and pick me apart. No way. No way. You got to make him think 2 and 3 options if that's the case. And, we'll see what happens there. The other side of the ball, Josh Allen, he's got to get rid of the ball. He cannot keep taking the hits he's taking. Probably overall, right now, I like the Buffalo offense as good as any offense out there. They're able to run the football a little bit. They got to hand it off and run it, though. They got to be able to do that some against Kansas City. They got to be able to run the football. But if they can't, Josh Allen is capable of throwing the ball 50 times today and winning the football game. They're going to Kansas City, not the big hoorah, not the big, not the big crowd noise that you would expect. It's still loud, but it's nothing. Buffalo gives up big plays like it did with the Colts. Well, the Colts, and that's got to be your biggest fear. You got to stop number 10. Not so much number 15. You got to stop number 10. If he runs by you, you're not catching him. You're just not catching him. He's the fastest player, I think, in the NFL, bar none right now. You've got to double team him. And if that means every down, you got to double team him. I thought Colin Cowherd moved the game to Tuesday. Didn't happen for him. His prayers didn't work, as they say. What Keith's talking about, Colin Cowherd on his program said they should move the AFC game to Tuesday night due to the fact that their quarterback's hurt, Mahomes, which is a joke. To me, it's a joke, but he was serious. Buffalo cannot give up big plays to the little man today. They cannot do that. Travis Kelce has got to be a concern too. Travis Kelce, I'm not sure I wouldn't put one of my better DBs on him because their second and third line pass catchers are not healthy. Um, the one that came from Clemson, he's still hurt. He's still aching. I don't know if he starts today or not, but he's still hurting. So the tight end and the wide receiver, if you can stop them a little bit, you're going to be in pretty good shape. I don't think Kansas City's going to run the ball all over Buffalo. I really don't. Buffalo's down. They're not as big, but they're probably got the fastest defensive line of all the 4 teams left. And it's all a matter if they can keep Mahomes in the pocket with no time. And that's going to be tough. But I think they can do it. Every time he takes a hit, you're going to be concerned. You got to be concerned. And I don't want to see the kid get hurt. But I would like to see Buffalo win this ball game. And I think they will. I think they do. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. This is one of these games that I think you're going to see a lot of punts. And the first team that maybe goes for 4th and 2 or something like that may screw up and give it to the other team and let them do it. Let them go down and score. When you get 4th down, you got to accept your – unless it's 4th and less than a yard, accept, punishment, take a punt, punt the ball down the field and get it down there on them. I'm going to go 24-23. I think it's going to be a really close game. I like Buffalo, though, 24-23. I don't think neither team gets out there and just runs the ball up and down the field on the other team. Will the Chiefs cheerlead? Is it raining in Kansas City? Is it raining in Kansas City? You know what? That's another thing. I don't know. Let's see. Kansas City, Missouri weather. Or Kansas City, Kansas too, I guess. Only a 20% chance of rain. It's not even supposed to rain until 11 o'clock tonight. They'll be done, unless barring overtimes. But it's going to stay right at 39 to 37 the whole night. So that won't even be uncomfortable. Let's see how much wind. It's generally pretty windy there in Kansas City. Now 7 to 8 miles an hour wind, so that's not going to play a part in it either. Weather's not going to be a big part in either game today. I like both road teams. I give you Bills. I still, even though I'm picking them by 1 point, I give them a better chance of winning than Tampa just due to the fact that Antonio Brown's not playing today. Antonio Brown can open the field up a lot of ways for Tampa. But Tampa's got some other receivers that have not been playing much. Maybe you got to, open the playbook on them. Don't forget, the 2 teams that win this week go to the Super Bowl, and they cannot report to Tampa until 2 days before the game. 2 days. Friday before the Super Bowl is when they can report, the 5th. So that should be interesting. That should be very interesting because, most teams like to at least see what the field's all about. If Tampa wins this week, whoever they play in the AFC, they've got a legit chance. Media days are going to be virtual. They're going to do stuff from home and stuff. So Friday they show up. They can't. That's not their practice field. That's not their practice field. They can play on their practice field. They just can't play on. They can't play on the regular turf field. They can't be letting Mahomes play today. Sure, yes, he's playing today. Mahomes is playing today, and I'm telling you, I'm with you, Alan. I don't, and they would not tell how many snaps they let Chad Henne get this week. It had to be at least 30 or 40%. Had to be. Stay out of Raymond James Stadium then. Got it. Yeah. Thought they had independent doctors. It's league doctors. League doctors, and they said he could play. They opened it up for him. Yep. All I can say is Mahomes cannot get hit a bunch today. The But yeah, see that they don't practice in Raymond James anyway. That they're allowed sometime on Saturday, I think, to do a walkthrough, but both teams will be able to do a walkthrough. And they're being told, all four teams are being told, from today till Super Bowl Sunday, you stay away from people at all. COVID means you miss the game. COVID does not mean we move the Super Bowl. COVID means you miss the game. First time they run the read option, regardless if it's called or not, he gets hit, he's done. He could be. He could be. The thing is, you cannot expect him to be running the football much today. And if in the first quarter you don't have a spy on him, you don't put a spy on him early in the game, and Kansas City starts running with him, you got to put a spy on him. And then after he gets a successful couple 15-yard runs, you put a linebacker, a fast linebacker, or a fast safety, somebody that can clean his clock. And you got to try to hit him. I'm sorry. You cannot play touch football with him. You got to try to hit him if he's going to run. You just got to tell your players, look, this kid, if he's able to run, can beat us. Do you want to lose? And if you don't want to lose, when he runs, hit him. Hit him. If that means 15-yard penalty, it does. But you got to hit him. I'm with Harris. You got to try to hit him if you get the shot. You got to try to. Travis Kelce's got to play a big game today, and if the quarterback's not able, I'd take it. I'd take your first 15-yard, hit him hard, and hit him late. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, even a late hit, as long as it's not helmet first and it's not targeting. Yeah, if it's in the white area outside, oh yeah, I would try to hit him. I would. You got to be thinking of winning this ball game, and I think the majority of Americans want to see Buffalo win today. People want to see Buffalo win today. They've never won it. They've got a legit chance to win it, and look how many times they've been in the Super Bowl. They're the only team left that's not won it out of the four. And that's who Darla wants to see win it all. She wants to see Buffalo win it all. And it'd be a happy story for the U.S. or for Buffalo. Buffalo's never, look, when's the last time I don't even know if their sports city has ever won anything. Sabres haven't won anything. So it would be a nice news story. It really would be a nice story. But we'll see what happens. I like Tampa by about, 4 points? 3 or 4 points. Buffalo by 1 point, 24-23. I think it's going to be a little closer. Tampa, though, we'll see what happens in the special teams. That's going to play a bigger part, I think, in the NFC game than it will the AFC. Mahomes. Everything's around Mahomes in that second game. If he comes out, throws for 400 yards, 3-4 touchdowns, Buffalo's gonna have a hard time. Buffalo is a team that can score with them. They can run up and down the field with Kansas City. They can do that. And turnover battle, I definitely think a turnover battle decides the games. If one team turns the ball over 3 and the other team turns it over once, probably the team that turns it over 3 times lose. Throws up 400 yards. Shut up, Rob. What's up, Sean? Throws up. We'll see what happens. Tampa, Buffalo. They're going to be my Super Bowl teams. And, Buffalo would be considered the home team. Well, I don't know what year it is. They go year to year. year to year to year as the home teams go. So I don't know who was the home team last year in the Super Bowl. Go back and watch that. If the AFC team was, then the NFC team would be this year. But we'll see what happens. Wow, Liverpool losing again. Wow, that's FA Cup though, but that's still showing something. Going to do another SOM practice game test later. Okay, well, I want to wish everyone a great Sunday afternoon. We will probably I may even come back after the first game and kind of discuss what happens. The thing you cannot afford to do if you're, especially Tampa, 4th and 1, 4th and 2, try to go for it and leave Aaron Rodgers a short field. You cannot do that. You really, anyone who wants a copy of Lacrosse Blast for free, watch Keith Monday. He's giving a copy away, apparently. I can't speak for Keith, and I don't know anything about that situation. So I'm with a lot of guys here. No, Sean didn't chase me away. We're doing a call-in show this Tuesday if you want to chat on air with us. All right, Coop. Leave me a message. Leave me a message under the chat right there and let me know how I got to get in touch with you, whether it's through phone or through Twitch. So let me know, okay? So, yep, just give me a shout out, Coop, and we can do it for you, bud. Use Skype. I have never used Skype, but I guess I can try to. All right. See if I can hook Skype up on my computer here. Okay. What time Tuesday is your call-in show, Coop? All right. Now, I ain't trying to be pushy here, but let me find out you want me to be a call-in guest, or did you want me to help throughout the broadcast? Either way, you tell me what you want. I feel you go an hour and a half anyway. Up to you. How long? I'm just co-host. Well, you need to find out from the other co-host then. No, it ain't up to me. You got to find out. You got to find out with your cohorts what's going on, and then you let me know what you want. Whether you want me to give a call in to you and ask questions, or if you want me to be there with you throughout the broadcast. Open for either one, bro. Okay. So you just let me know what you want. Tuesday, I'll try to be there. I'll let you know ahead of time if I can't, but I don't see any problems. Yeah, 1 o'clock your time, Alan. JP. All right. Yep. Find out what you're looking for in this broadcast, and I'll try to fill a blank in. All right. So you all have a great day. About 3:08, 3:09 kickoff time. Hour and 15 minutes away. About an hour and 20 minutes away. Hour and 25 minutes away, something like that. So you all have a great day. My name's Rob. I hope you subscribe to the channel. We're working toward 300. We're going to get there soon. And I hope you enjoyed the 2 football games today. I'm going to certainly try to myself. Have a good one. Bye.